Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Football Yannick. I do want to speak about Manchester United and Ruben Amorim because, of course, they've been a massive, huge, astronomically large talking point this season, languishing in the bottom half of the Premier League table. Of course, so have Tottenham Hotspur under Ange Postecoglou, but with Man United, it's a bigger story. You know, the biggest club in England, going through more turmoil than ever. You know, Jim Ratcliffe at the helm, saying all kinds of stuff in interviews, of course, laying loads of staff off. There's been like negative stories with just basically how he's been sort of cruelly cutting costs and stopping to feed the staff and yada yada yada. Amidst all of this, they have a very good young manager in Ruben Amorim. He's a young 40-year-old coach who's did excellent work in Sporting, making them good again in the Portuguese league. And that has to be remembered. He didn't just take over like a dominant team. He sort of won them their first title in a little while and won them a couple, I believe. Made them very, very competitive. Of course, when Man United took him out of Sporting, he was 11 out of 11 wins in the league. He'd just beaten Man City in the Champions League 4-1. Hot property, of course. Lots of people have spoken about him before. Obviously, it's not worked out so far. He struggled, but clearly his remit is to make his football work at Manchester United. Like, that's the thing, yeah. Like make it work. And off the bat, I want to say, do I think a 3-4-2-1 or just a three-back system can win the Premier League in the current landscape? I'd say no, it can't. Of course, when Antonio Conte won the league with Chelsea in 2017, it had been unused for a while, and it caught a few, opposing teams on the hop a little bit. Like, we, as in me being a Chelsea fan, we didn't start the season with that, even though a lot of people suspected Conte would do it. And by his second season, it was figured out a little bit. I do think the football and data and analyst nerds out there, and indeed sporting directors and people in football, the general consensus is at the moment, at the highest level in the Premier League, to consistently win a league, you've got to play some sort of variation of 4-3-3. That's what all the data and the analysis will dictate. And of course, Ruben Amorim will not be playing that. But I do think that his 3-4-2-1 will make them consistently a strong and good team again that will put them near the top and basically just take them out of the banter era. Like, step one, leave the banter era. Step two, be consistently and structurally sound, which a back five system can very much do. It might not be the solution, the tactics to get you over the line to be consistently this excellent team to always get over 90 points, but I do think, and I mean that now in the current landscape, because it did work for Conte a while ago, but I don't think it would have been a consistently viable thing. So right now, I do think it is the right thing to do in terms of making them go from bottom half of the table and consistently in the top six, maybe. Of course they have financial problems themselves, United, but they will spend. And he has got some players that fits. So I do want to build a lineup here on footbin.com, which is like a FIFA card website that I use on my other channel to build lineups. And he does need players. Firstly, he does need players. I'm going to go pretty radical here. I'm going to say he gets a couple of big signings. But first of all, let's go with I don't think they're going to go with a new goalkeeper. I know a lot of Man United fans are annoyed with Onana. He can put in good performances, though, like he did against Man City the other night. And I don't think it's a priority position, personally. Now, they do have the centre-backs. They do have the centre-backs. I do think Lisandro Martinez, when fit, is really important for them. There he is. Let's just do the gold cards for continuity. I do think De Ligt, of course, he's a new signing. He's big and strong. And I've obviously Lenny Yoro, the young centre-back that Real Madrid wanted as well. Of course, you've got rotation there with like Mazraoui. Lindelof might leave. Maguire might leave. But, they've got the kid as well. Is it Heaven? Is he a centre-back? I'm pretty sure he is. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, so he's a centre-back as well. So they've got rotation there, not problem positions. I don't think they'll be looking to buy. Essentially, it needs time for just players to bed in, learn the system. And similarly, because they don't have like loads and loads of money to spend, I think, Jesus Christ, bro. Bronze card. Patrick Dorgu, I think, will continue at left wing back for the moment. Maybe they find another solution. I've been saying they should sign Ben Chilwell, but because he'll be available for very little, and maybe they can't afford the wages. But Champions League winning left wing back. We'll get on to Champions League winning Chelsea players that play for Man United in a moment. I do genuinely think if they can get this robust attacking style down, I do think Ahmad can play as a wing back. United fan, Jesus Christ! United fans watching this might be like, "What are you doing?" But yeah, he's not a right wing, he's a right mid, so he could literally be like an offender. And also, when you play back five systems, often they're asymmetrical, so Dorgu might be a little bit more reserved, Ahmad might be a little bit more offensive, staying forward more, and you could like swap around these, defenders and stuff like that, to depending on who's in front of them to cover. But already, like, I think this is pretty strong, I must say. Okay, look, Casemiro isn't a long-term solution. Ugarte is. Now, a lot of Man United fans are not completely sold on Manuel Ugarte. I think he will be, because he played so well under Ruben Amorim at Sporting, which got him a £60 million move to PSG. I think there will be consistency there, and a player will stay there. Now, I'm going to be very firm on this. Okay, these are not winger positions. Okay, these are inside attacking midfielders, and we saw Fernandes drop an absolute masterclass in this position there, and he was really, really good. Now, if you've got a really attacking we'll talk about striker in a moment, but if you've got a really attacking wing back like Diallo that's holding the width and can get forward loads, you want a sort of you're not getting a winger, you're getting a functional cam, and that's why Mason Mount I'm putting in there, because obviously he won the Champions League playing this position. Now Mason Mount can play here as well, and this is why Ruben Amorim loves him, because in his box midfield, and a 3-4-2-1, it is a box midfield, 1-2-3-4, Mount can play in any of the positions. He, of course, came off the bench for Man United and played in this role here. He's a tactically disciplined player, yeah? I know he's been out injured and he's been in, like, bantered or whatever, but the truth is, this is the player he is. He's a positionally versatile, tactically versatile midfielder that can put in a tackle. He's not scared to get stuck in. He'll listen to the manager's instruction. He's got an eye for a pass and a goal. I would see him here, and I would get a more functional midfielder here, to make Man United really, really, like, you can't play through them. Like, I mean, I don't think they're going to be necessarily free scoring, like, Premier League winning, but I think they can become this really, really robust functional machine with width coming from wing backs, and, just really hard to play through. That's the way I think they should be doing this, Immense amount of quality from Bruno Fernandes. Now, look, Garnacho I do think's good, yeah. And clearly you can see he's this consistent bright spark. Obviously his numbers are terrible this season, I think, but it's very, very hard to judge him entirely on that, because Man United have been so poor. I do think, again, he's like a wide forward. He's good to run in behind. But I think Bruno Fernandes with a sort of semi-free role here. I mean, you could put Mount here for the moment, and then you can put another wide forward. Like, there is talks about Xerxes being obviously out of the likes of him and Højlund. Xerxes is the one that Man United fans are thinking, yeah, he could actually do something. And obviously, he's done his best work in the sort of half space. United fans like to call him a 9.5, which of course would be sort of this role. He can get in here, he's big and strong, he can cause chaos, but he actually he's quite a technical player. To me, this is starting to look a little bit flimsy with like Mount there and there, but that could happen. This is, by the way, players Man United own. We haven't actually made a signing yet. Look, despite them spending 80 million on Højlund, he's not the one for me. I know they've got the kid, is it Cheeto or whatever from Arsenal, but that is Unlikely. They will need to sign a striker for my money. That's actually the biggest problem position for me. I know they've just bought Xerxes and Højlund for a lot of money combined, and they bought the youngster up top as well. But for me, it's clear they need, ideally, they need a central, like a double six player like Ugarte. That's not Casemiro. I know Casemiro had quite a good game, but let's be real. Like, you've got to plan ahead now. Ideally, I think, you want Mount there. Xerxes an option off the bench. Let's just talk about a random just placeholder CDM. Who would they be going for? I mean, obviously someone like Wharton would be amazing. Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace. I know again he's not the sexiest name, but people with ball knowledge will know how good Adam Wharton is, and he would literally change how Man United play there. I mean, if they can get him, amazing. And then you need a striker. They are in for Liam Delap. Chelsea and Man United are the ones mostly in for him at the moment. I mean, the fact that he's got a silver card is a disgrace. 12 Premier League goals already for relegation-bound Ipswich. And, he looks very, very good. And again, this is I'm going to say it. This is Man United we're talking about. I'm talking about a relegated team striker and Crystal Palace's midfielder as your two signings. And this is Man United. Much, much better under more coaching under Ruben Amorim. The likes of Xerxes off the bench, Garnacho. Although I have a feeling they probably will sell both Garnacho and Mainu. That's why I haven't included Mainu in this lineup here. And obviously they've got rotational options. They've got a young centre-back, young striker. Of course, Mount can play in the midfield. Bruno Fernandes can play in the midfield as well in the six, but he's wasted there, especially we've seen how good he was playing in this inside sort of free role there. And I feel like the capacity is there to be an excellent team in terms of maybe, like, not Premier League winning, but, like, just going from wherever they finish, like, between... let's just quickly check the Premier League table at time of recording for context. They currently are 13th. They are 4 points off 12th and 1 point off 14th. So they're going to finish at best mid-table. And if they can go from mid-table to like even like any form of European qualification, like top 7, that's an improvement if they can just put in performances, look more robust. Knock the likes out of one of like Fulham or all the rest of the teams are really good. Even Nottingham Forest. How are they going to deal with Europe? Can they make Forest dealing with Europe? Are they going to get knocked out of the top 7 sort of thing? Like Newcastle really struggled with Europe before. It's not going to take much. If they sell Amorim and Garnacho, if they sell Mainu and Garnacho for like between them 80 million quid, they can fund like a Delap and possibly not a Wharton. I think Wharton will cost a lot of money. But I think they could be really, really good. And I personally, if I was a Man United fan, I would have faith. I'll say that I'd have faith in Ruben Amorim. They sing his name, to be honest. The fans, so they've been really, really supportive of him, to their credit. And I wanted to make this video and talk about that. Let me know what you think. Please do leave your comments down in the comment section below, whether you're a United fan or not. I'll be very keen to hear your thoughts. If you like the content, why not like and subscribe? And I hope to see you back here soon. Peace.